Dubai. This is the Lovin Dubai show with me, Casey.
And Lakshmi.
And we go through the big trending stories that everyone across the region is talking about. Our top story for you today, Dubai is sending prayers amidst Iran's widespread protests and internet blackout.
An additional bunch of Nestlé infant milk batch has been withdrawn from the UAE.
Closer to home, Discovery Gardens residents raise concerns over parking fees and delays.
And a working mom, she's called out parents for a restaurant habit that they really need to stop.
And then later on in the show, talking all things community, we're going inside Rant's Ladies, which is a big community group for ladies in Dubai, with its president. We're going to have her on the show at about 8:50.
So stay tuned. And in today's rapid weather report, it's mostly sunny out there with temperatures ranging from 20 to 23.
Okay, before we jump into it all, I want to discuss the 2016 trend that's going viral. Have you seen it?
I've seen it, but I didn't think it was a trend. I don't know why I don't think that way, but I saw a lot of them posting Dubai from 2016, and they were talking about the major events that happened. And some residents, I loved their posts. They were talking about how Dubai was like back then. It was all, all the fun stuff, the childhood stuff that you keep going back to.
Yeah.
I wasn't a child back then. I was around 18, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a nostalgia trip down there.
Yeah, it's so funny because so many influencers are doing it, and it's kind of a fun trend because then you look back at celebrity pics from 2016. But I do like also the Dubai look backs because it shows just how far we've come in such a short space of time. And I wanted to look back at the fun things that happened in Dubai in 2016. And to do so, guys, a little, not really a shout out because it's not for sale, but we made this cutesy book to commemorate 10 years of Lovin Dubai. And so within it, it was a huge effort by our entire team.
Yes.
And within it, we looked back at 2015, 2016. And so we have all of the key moments from there. And yeah, let's pop open 2016. It was the year of Hollywood in the desert. Will Smith in the desert in 2016, promoting Suicide Squad. I should show you. And then he's back in the desert in 2026, promoting Pole to Pole.
Yeah. That's like a very... But I love how he keeps coming back to Dubai. Like, he's always mentioned he loves this city. It was nice to see him around. And a lot of influencers were also sharing the same, I guess.
And then also, speaking of celebrities, it was the year Lindsay Lohan she did a New Year's Eve party in Dubai in 2016. And it was the year she kind of made it known that Dubai was going to be her home. And then last night, she was also partying in Dubai 10 years later at the Nobu opening. Hey, Lindsay.
If you're seeing this, it's nice to have you back here.
Yeah. Well, she lives here.
Yeah, she lives here.
If you want to talk about your 10 years in Dubai, you know where there's a seat for you every morning. What else happened in 2016?
The Dubai Canal, I think.
The Dubai Canal. Yes. I actually remember going down to see that for the first time.
I did not see it for the first time, but how was it like?
I just remember they had, it was when Haptor City was smaller than it is now, but they had just opened that large trio of hotels, which at the time were different hotels, but then they changed ownership. And the canal itself was stunning because they had these lights on it, and it just looked really pretty.
Yeah.
And it was the year of Dubai Opera.
A lot of projects that came up that year.
Yeah. Dubai Opera, and so many more. And also the year of reading. It was His Highness Sheikh Mohammed said it is the year of reading to encourage people to read.
We have been continuing all of those with so much dedication. I love how everything's like coming back now, you know. Everybody's been revisiting 2016 now. It looks nice. It seemed like a nice year.
It was a nice year.
Yes.
10 years later, aged a little bit, but Lovin Dubai is still here bringing you the news. So let's jump into our top story on this Friday morning.
So Dubai has been sending out prayers and strength to Iran amidst their widespread protest and internet blackout. So what began on the streets of Tehran back in December 2025 has turned into a nationwide unrest. Shopkeepers were protesting the sharp drop in the Iranian currency, and then soon enough, students joined in to bring a change, and now the people of Iran, they have gone into a widespread protest for political change across the country.
And things became intense, as I'm sure you saw. Reports of thousands of deaths, many people arrested, and more than 90 million Iranians have been cut off from internet connection for over a week, making this one of the longest internet blackouts in their history. Mobile networks, texting, all affected, leaving families abroad also and there as well, isolated in a tense and uncertain time.
And the Dubai community, surely they were feeling it too, and many Iranian nationals living in the city, they were worried about their loved ones back home. One resident shared on TikTok about how many Iranians inside Iran are living with fear and uncertainty, and there was a shared heaviness that many felt back here at home as well. That was hard for them to put into words.
Truly, it's the common case of how do you go on normally when this is happening to your family.
Yes.
And so public figures are showing their support as well. Entrepreneur Mona Katan, founder of Kayali, she posted in solidarity with the people of Iran. She said, "You are seen, you are heard, and you are loved." And she sent strength and prayers to everyone in Iran, as well as all of their family and loved ones.
And with the protest continuing, there's been updates that normalcy seems to be returning back to the place, but it's not known for sure yet. The airspace was reported to be opening up, but major flights are still facing disruptions across there. There was also a UN emergency meeting that was held recently, and many Arab states as well, they tried de-escalating the situation, but nothing's known for sure yet. And people back home here, they are concerned for their safety, and they are hoping, normalcy comes back to Iran.
Yeah, and also if you would like up-to-date, on-the-ground updates, you can check out Lovin Tehran, a sister page of ours. We've got journalists working to bring the latest updates there. So if you want on-the-ground updates, that's where you'll find it. Let's jump in to our next story, talking about Nestle. Another Nestle infant milk batch has been withdrawn in the UAE, which means it's being removed from UAE supermarket shelves. As we speak, the UAE has announced the withdrawal of another Nestle infant milk product after we saw a couple removed last week. This is part of a voluntary and precautionary recall. The product affected is S26AR Gold, which is typically used under medical supervision. According to Amidst drug establishment, 3 specific batches had been identified.
The withdrawal comes after traces of Bacillus cereus was found in a production input. This is a bacterium that can produce a toxin called cerulite, which may cause food-related illness, including nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. So the authorities, they have confirmed that all affected batches in the distributor warehouses have already been secured, and efforts are ongoing to remove any kind of remaining products from the shelves, both online and in stores.
As I said, this is precautionary. Nestle has also introduced simple digital tools to help UAE consumers check their batch numbers and arrange refunds and replacements if you need it. You can get all of this information directly via WAM as well to check the batch numbers. Just a question, actually, if you saw a recall, would you check your shelves and would you chuck the product?
I would check the product, but checking I don't know, but I would definitely check the product. But I guess there were a bunch of products earlier also that were recalled, and I did have them. And because it was
You had them?
Yeah, it was like a trend going on, so I bought them and I liked them. But soon after, like UAE put out an update, I made sure to just throw it out.
Was it not kids' products? Stuff for babies?
No, it was not. No, these are kids' products. I was talking about other products that I've done in the past. So I take these UAE notifications quite seriously.
Yeah, so would I. I would take it more seriously in kids' stuff.
Yeah.
No, I would take it seriously anyway. I would take it seriously anyway. But when you see kids mentioned, that's when the alarm bells would ring. And I'm sure parents are diligently checking the products that they have on their shelves to see if they contrast with, or if they are the batch numbers mentioned in the recall.
It's more concerning when it comes down to kids. Like with us, I think we'd still be able to manage around. We know what to do and all of that. In terms of kids, I feel like parents need to go running around making sure everything around them is safe.
Everything, yeah, it's so serious. And as I said, the bacteria that was found could cause abdominal pain and nausea, and no parent wants to deal with that. Speaking of concerns, let's jump into our next story, because there have been concerns raised by Discovery Gardens residents over their parking and fees. Let's talk a little bit about parking in Dubai. Are we seeing more fees being added? And how it's being rolled out in different areas. Generally has a different authority behind it. Now in Discovery Gardens, some residents are frustrated after being charged for parking while their registrations are still pending. So it's very new. I think it started on January 15th, 14th. Residents say they're paying 945 dirham for a monthly parking membership, even after multiple attempts to contact Parkonic, which is this is the provider of the parking service there, for clarification. So many were caught off guard when paid parking began before the registrations were approved. There was also surprise over the cost of the second car space, priced at 945 per month.
To put that into context, parking subscriptions in other areas typically range between 100 dirhams to 735 per month, depending on the zone and the user type, which is why the Discovery Gardens fees sparked such strong reactions. So in a statement, Parkonic said that with any new system launch, there can be a transition period where registration processing and customer support requests are temporarily increase. So the company added that concerns around the registration status and response times are currently under review in coordination with the relevant stakeholders.
Parkonic also clarified that parking rates and permit eligibility are not set by the company alone, but are agreed upon with the client and relevant authorities as part of the approved framing network. So that's worth noting, certainly from Parkonic. They also say they appreciate the feedback and remain committed to clear communication and a smooth rollout. So it is always good to get kind of a statement from both sides. And so I understand pending delays when something is being set up. I think sometimes these things can happen. I would balk at the 945 dirham per month. Yes. It's quite a lot, and it's certainly would, if you're moving to the area, it make you consider that's going to be tapped on as it's basically an extra 1,000 dirham per month. That's basically added to my rent. So you have to think about it like that. So yeah, I would certainly think about that as an extra cost.
Yes, I guess yesterday one of our colleagues who lives around Discovery Gardens, he was mentioning how they went through a whole bunch of calls. So they have this entire community group where residents come in and they share their concerns if they face anything.
Oh, I love a local community group, as we're going to discuss one soon, very shortly, yeah.
So they were talking about how, they had to make multiple calls to get it resolved. But I guess the thing is, as you mentioned, like when a system is being put into place and there's a whole bunch of residents coming in, they might find it hard to juggle. But it would have been, in an ideal situation, I would hope such systems come into place after all the registrations are done, so that such problems can be avoided.
Yeah, and I just wonder about the once it's set up, 945 per month, because if you're parking a car, I wonder, and as they said, they are open to feedback. 900, if you're paying parking generally in Dubai, and if you're parked there 24/7 in that space, it would probably equal to about 900 a month on parking fees.
Yeah.
If you're using that space the entire time, full day. Now, people go to work, and so therefore they're probably only using this parking system for half a day.
Yes.
And then they drive to work. And so it would be beneficial probably for residents if they could reestablish, okay, how much, obviously a little bit more difficult to manage payment-wise, but how much is the person actually using the space, and then therefore not charging them for the full day, 7 days a week, if they're not going to be using the space, because essentially you have a car to drive it and it's not going to be using the space, and then therefore someone else could use the space. Maybe that would be an interesting way to look at it.
It could be, but I feel like hourly, this thing might just add the, all the registration hassle that is going on. I would ask residents to just give residents a free parking spot. It's all right. But I've seen this happen often. Like even
they have one, I think, one free.
Yeah, one
in
free, and for the
Gardens.
second car, I think it's a paid spot. That's a common thing I think we see around many areas. But also, like a lot of residents, they have multiple cars and vehicles with them because, there's multiple people going to work, and they would have probably 2 or 3 cars along with them. That's like a common thing I've seen around here. So,
And
yes.
exactly, that's the thing. There's 1 to 2 cars per family. It's interesting because obviously you've got Parkonic, then you've got Parkin, and they have different rates. And the rates with some of the providers are lesser per month. It's just interesting. We'll be keeping an eye on that one for sure, because it seems to be a general topic, and more we're seeing these paid parkings being introduced around Dubai. I just noticed around Sports City they've added paid parking. You're in Sports City? No, Sports City. But they've added paid parking on the streets there, and it used to be there, and we haven't actually heard much dialogue on that. So if you have any feedback, we'd love to hear it. Speaking of feedback, a mom was out at a restaurant and she has feedback for some people.
Yes. So a Dubai-based mom, she has called out parents for a restaurant habit that she finds annoying. So this one might hit home for a lot of parents, but the mom, she recently shared a video calling out parents for understandably good reasons.
She sparked a debate by saying she found it rude and disrespectful when other parents go to their restaurants with their kids. And what she's basically noticed is that the parents allow the kids to make an entire mess all over the restaurant. Food all over the table, the high chair, the floor, and they don't clean up. And she has a good point for it, saying it's not the staff's job to clean up this entire mess. They're not your babysitters.
So she's been speaking from experience too. So she's both a mom and someone who works in the restaurant industry herself. So as a person who's been on both sides, she explained that whenever her own daughter makes a mess, she always carries around wet wipes to clean up after them. And through this, she also gets to teach her daughter the general courtesies while going out in public spaces.
And so her final advice was spot on. You clean up after your kid at home. You can do the same here at restaurants. It's not that difficult. So there's your reminder. So we shared the story, and I was very surprised by the comments.
I was surprised too. I thought it was like it was a very understandable thing. So I've got kids back at home as well. And whenever they make a mess, we make sure that, it's not somebody else, it's not upon somebody else to clean up after them.
Yeah.
It's like a general courtesy. But
yeah.
I think a lot of comments, they got confused with the video because they thought people were, like she was asking the kids to clean up after them. Nobody is asking the kids to clean up. I mean, they're kids. Yeah, we'll let them be kids. The parents could take a bit of initiative and make the lives of the restaurant staff easier, is what she was talking about.
Yeah, I think people are taking it a bit too literally, because they're saying, they're kind of jokingly responding, saying, go and bring your will we see the parents bringing the plates into the kitchen? Yeah. That's not what she was saying. And then one restaurant is saying, we're happy to clean up the baby mess. I imagine there's a fine balance. You take kids out for a restaurant, they make a mess. It's a lot messier after 6 kids at a table than 6 adults. And there's going to be some food splats, there's going to be this and that. But she's just saying it should not be like haphazard.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm taking her side here massively, I imagine it is haphazard, and I think people probably do take the amazing service that we have here for granted, and I'd say people leave it messier than they could. And there should be a fine balance of, okay, I'm not going to clean up the restaurant because I'm out, I'm paying for a meal, but I should pick things up off the floor, for example. And like there's going to be mess on the floor, put it on the table. Yeah. Do what you can to bring things together. But we've seen the litter people leave in deserts here. Like people take things for granted. People take the service industry for granted here. They take people cleaning the streets for granted here. And I cannot believe the Commons people not siding with her. We've seen messes left by kids, and I think that you have to be a good person, and I think the balance should be there of, she's not saying go and wash your dishes. That's not what she's saying.
And I agree with that entirely, because you know how the Dubai municipality, they clean up, they always keep the city clean and all of that. But as a person living here, and as a general courtesy, you know that you shouldn't be increasing their workload and, putting everything everywhere. Seen across public holidays, some people leave around their stuff, the party decorations and this and that. It's like a general courtesy. Someone's going to clean up for sure. Even if it's the restaurant staff, they are definitely going to clean up. It's their job. It's fine. But as someone who's, be a bit considerate, like clean up after your mess. And no, I don't mean like take your plates, go wash it and all of that. But, if they are dropping tissues here and there, just pick it and put it on the table. Just make sure their lives are also easier.
Have consideration for the person at work.
Yes.
So that's our note for you on this Friday as we head into the weekend. If you would like to know fun things to do this weekend, I would check out Lakshmi's list, which is live on Lovin Dubai right now, giving you all of the biggest and best and fun things to do in Dubai this weekend. Do you have any plans from that list, or do you have any plans in general?
No, this weekend I'm going to chill a bit, but others take a note and you can go back, read it and find fun stuff to do. But yeah, I'll be chilling this weekend.
Enjoy your rest.
Yes.
As that's what the weekends are for. But before the show ends, that is our news done, but we're going to jump into our interview for today. We're going to go inside a community group in Dubai. We have the president of Rant's Ladies joining us. We want to know why it started and how it's helping the female community. She's going to be with us after this very short break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today we're sitting with Hayat Zarelli, who is the president of Rant's Ladies, a local community group. We want to talk about how the community began, why it resonates with so many women in Dubai, and what it takes to build a support network of women that genuinely lasts. Welcome to the show. Good morning, Hayat. How are you?
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Of course. We're excited to have the conversation because we know that in Dubai we are a city of 90% expats. Everyone's coming together and community matters.
Yes, it does.
And so that's why we'd like to learn more about Rant's Ladies as a group. How did it start?
Well, it started 20 years ago. Simple coffee at the community center by Carol Bimbrek, who's now the honorary president. Mm-hmm. And it just grew from there, really organically. No advertising, no nothing. I mean, it started slowly, but in 2012, it became a non-profit association, a registered non-profit association. Mm-hmm. And I think it's kind of became known in the community and beyond. Mm-hmm. It's not just in Arabian ranches. I mean, yes, the name Rant's Ladies, but it really extend beyond that.
Well, that was going to be, just to understand it a bit more, I was going to have some quick fire questions. Do you need to live in Arabian ranches? How many members do you have? And what's the purpose of the group today?
Well, you don't have to live in Arabian ranches.
Okay.
We have women who live around Dubai, beyond Dubai, in other Emirates, and even abroad. So if they are visiting,
wow.
Yes, some they are here like three months out of the year. And they do join just to have friends, and they come back every year, and they come back again to the coffee morning, which is really the heartbeat of the group. We have more than 27 activities, what we call circles, and they vary from fitness to creative to meetups, talks. It can be anything really, and they are all volunteer. So the members, they organize these activities out of what they know or what they're good at or what their interest is. Mm-hmm. And it attracts people who enjoy the same things.
Okay, interesting. And how many members does it have?
So far we have around 300 members because it renews every year.
Right.
So it's not kind of like membership for life, no. Mm-hmm. You renew every year. Some people leave, some people stay, some people move on. Some women, they get empowered, go back to work or move on in life and make friends beyond our group. Mm-hmm. But it's been really a lifeline for many women over the years.
Yeah, and you said the coffee morning is kind of at the core of what you
yes.
do. Is it structured, or
Not
what
really.
kind of would you expect if I was to go today? Maybe I'm a little bit nervous about attending. What would I expect to see when I arrive?
Well, women having coffee. I mean, once a month, approximately once a month, we have like a talk or a presentation by, we do lots of partnership with local businesses and women who have their own little kind of startup or
right.
and that's kind of interesting because we link enjoying women's company with also having, knowledge mm-hmm. and learning about something new or something useful, and that's how it is. Otherwise, it's a coffee morning mm-hmm. at can I mention the place?
Yeah, sure.
At Studio One Hotel at L'Arte Restaurant.
Ah, okay.
Every Tuesday from 10:30 to 12. And if anyone wants to join, women, we are only a women's club, so they can come there and they can join. And it's really a friendly conversation. And for some reason, people kind of, like the women, they gravitate around their person or the woman they kind of connect with. Mm. And that's how friendship starts. So really, don't wait.
Yeah.
Come and experience it.
Yeah.
And it's been really a good experience for many women who come here. They don't know anyone, especially if they don't have children who goes to school. Then it's very hard to connect with or to find friends. And that's We have our members age vary from 20 up to 90.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you said, you know, people, it's a lifeline for people. Do you have any maybe success stories of people finding friends for life?
I mean, I cannot remember one exactly, but we've seen over the years many ladies, when they are leaving, they kind of they say, oh no, we're not leaving, we're coming back. And they come and visit. One of the members recently was here on a visit, and they come to the coffee morning and reconnect. They always have friends who they kept kind of in touch with. So we've seen that a lot over the years.
It's such a lovely idea, because just community and connection and staying social is so important.
Yeah.
But there must be some challenges involved with your role. What kind of challenges would you be facing that we wouldn't kind of expect?
Well, we are a non-profit, registered a non-profit, and we depend on volunteers. And we're always looking for volunteers to help with running the admin side of the club, which is sometimes no one realize the hard work that we put in that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. No one wants to do the bookkeeping.
I mean, we are obliged by law to do it, so it's very structured, and we have to do it. It's not a choice. It's really a necessity, and that's when we face some challenges. There's always challenges, and of course, running a group of women involves always feelings, and it's challenging. But when you think of the outcome and the result of what we do, it's kind of becomes fun doing it. And we do empower women. We've seen lots of women, they have no, when they just arrived, they have no friends. And that not only they make friendship, but also they get empowered to go back to work or start their own business. Or it's kind of fun seeing that part of that side.
And the pros outweighs the cons, I suppose.
Yes.
Is there a membership fee?
Yes, there is. It's 120 dirhams
for the year.
For the year, yeah.
What advice would you give to women who are feeling lonely, or maybe they're new to the UAE? You've probably seen so many women experiencing these feelings.
Don't wait. Come and, one coffee morning at a time, one event at a time, one yes at a time. And you never know. A few months later, she might be running a circle or leading trips or doing something to benefit the other ladies. And that kind of help, because they kind of become active participants in the society or in our group. And we have lots of partnership with businesses around Dubai. And so it's kind of, they become participant, and they kind of make friends and relationship with people they would not have otherwise. So it is really worth it.
And you mentioned, earlier you mentioned activities, but just now you mentioned trips. What kind of trips have you taken?
For example, we are in the process of planning a trip to the new museum, the Zayed National Museum in Abu Dhabi.
Right.
We organized trip to the mosque, to the library, the new library. I mean, it's not really new, but to Al Sif, the Museum of the Illusion, and that's only to mention a few, but we've done way more than that. We have coming up a trip to Align Farms, the biofarm. So there's trips, and there's sub-trips organized by each circle as well in their interest. For example, the biofarm trip is organized by the gardening circle. And there's general trips as well.
How would you describe how long have you been with the Ranches Ladies Group?
18 years.
Wow. And how would you describe the change that you've seen in the group, in the city over the last years, the changes and the problems that the females face?
Well, there is big change. I've been here 30 years, so I've seen Dubai change tremendously. But at the same time, we have lots of things that became easier than what it was. The change, women have more choice. And around the city, there's so many now groups and events and things happening all the time, which was not the case 18 years ago. We had only few social groups or interest groups. And it's kind of like, it's nice to have a choice, but definitely we cater for a wider range of women, not just, for example, for networking. We don't really do networking, but it's kind of within the group, yes. Like we network within friendship rather than with kind of business in mind. But at the same time, we do encourage small businesses and businesses around town where we get discounts when you're a member or things like that. And we've seen the growth of Dubai, and it's kind of a big change, but it's a nice change at the same time.
Yeah.
So we have more long-term ladies now. Before it was 2 years or 3 years contract, a husband's contract, and then they leave. Now, no, we see a long-term kind of community, which is nice.
When did that change happen, do you think?
I will say 10, 15 years ago, or 10, I will say 10 years ago. The change when, you know, like there has been changes in status in the UAE, like the visa status and all that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And do you have plans to grow the group, or how do you spread the word about the group to bring in more numbers? Is that something that you think about?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of look at bringing more ladies, because there's always people who leave, people who move on, and so we need the continuous flow of membership.
Right.
But at the same time, we don't want to grow it too much, otherwise it doesn't. Now we know everybody, and everybody, literally everybody knows everybody, which is nice. And recently we won 2 awards, last year and this year. The ETHRA Award by the Community Development Authority.
Wow.
And they did ask at that question, like, do you want to expand? Do you want to grow the group outside of the UAE? We really don't. We'd rather keep it more for the community,
Right.
to serve the UAE community. And if they go abroad, for example, we have uni mums. So for the mums whose children go to university, so they're not here all the time, but they feel lonely. So it's kind of like that's a group to support. We'd rather support women where they need support rather than grow it abroad. We do have coffee mornings led by members, or when they meet, for example, in the summer in Scotland or in London, or they do have some reunion meetings or coffee mornings or lunches. Or
nice.
So we do exist outside of the UAE, but we're not really, at the moment there's no plans of expanding it like officially outside the UAE.
Well, it makes sense. Connection and I guess a social environment means so much to so many people. So thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
If people would like to learn more about the group, how can they find you?
ranchesladies.com. It's our website. There's a form, or they just drop by the coffee morning.
Sure. Amazing. That's Hayat Zarelli. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We truly appreciate it. And that brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show. Guys, have a brilliant weekend. Rest up, and we'll see you back here on Monday morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.